Hi everyone, my name is Andres Gudino and this is Children of LA, a program for the child development course and in a partnership between El Camino College and the South Bay Adult School. So welcome everybody, and today we are going to talk about a really important topic, a really important community in the United States of America and also in Los Angeles. This is immigration, immigrated families, or immigrants in LA. So, we are going to talk about some data, some statistics that make us understand why immigrated families and immigration represents the past, the present, and the future of the city and the whole country. Also, we are going to talk about some benefits, some resources. We have our special guest today, and then we are going to share with you and important links. So, welcome everybody and enjoy our topic for today. Before we start to talk about some data and important information, we have to say that immigration is a sensitive topic for all Americans, and some Americans, like Trump, has some complex relationship with this important community in is and that mentality is based on fear or a lack of education that is transmitted to every American. For example, there is people that say that if you are Chinese, you are bringing the coronavirus, so you are not accepted in this country. Or, for example, if you are Colombian like me, uh, they are gonna say that I'm a relative from Pablo Escobar and I have a cocaine in my pockets. Or, for example, if you're Russian, you are the worst enemy of the United States, or as much of the Latin American people, they think that they're thieves or rapists or drug smugglers. So it's so difficult to understand and to handle this situation because our children also is facing problems and difficulties because of that discrimination and that mentality, and they are facing all of these problems in the schools like bullying or any type of discrimination. So it's important to understand that immigrants represent a hard part of this country, an important part. So let's see some important data for immigration in Los Angeles and in California. About the population, California has more immigrants than any other state here in the United States, around 11 million. And over that 11 million, there are 3.5 million immigrants in Los Angeles, and also represents the 35% of the population in the whole Los Angeles. That is big. And that means that one in three residents in Los Angeles are immigrants. That's a huge thing because we can see that in every corner of the county and on this city there is an immigrant, so we are making a lot of connections with the whole community, even if it's American, black, or what. Also, one in 14 children is an immigrant, and one of the children maybe has a parent or one parent that is immigrant. So that is important data to understand our immigration here in the city. Also, we are going to talk about workforce. The 3 in 4 Californians believe that immigrants are a benefit for the state. That's amazing because some Californians, some Americans value the thing that immigrants are giving a lot of benefits and a lot of raising in the economy of California. Also, immigrant represents a half of Angelino's workforce, and also immigrants contribute in 223 billion to the economy every year in this city. So this is important information that you have to understand this community. Immigrants in the United States have been facing for a lot of problems and difficulties. For example, discrimination, racism, or the separation of the families in the border. But also, they're facing, or we are facing, a lot of situations like a worthy job, or a worthy payment, or a worthy house, or difficulties with the payment or of our rent, or the relationship with the landlord, or with our boss. So that's why we are presenting to you four important resources that you are going to take in account, and that as an immigrant, you are not going to feel alone, because there is a myriad of resources that are benefit the newly immigrated families that lives in this country. So we are going to start with our special guest. She is from Moldova. She is Ina Palenchuk, our expert, and she is going to talk about our first resources, Catholic Charities of Los Angeles and Myris List. So, Ina, welcome to our program, and we are glad that you are here with us.
Andres, thank you for introducing me. Hi everyone, and I'm very happy to see you all here. Am I an immigrant? Yes, I am. Do I need support and assistance? Yes, I do. And today I have something very important to share with you. While you are trying to solve your immigration related problems, we are working hard on collecting those powerful resources to make your life easier. Are you ready? Okay, let's go. My first resource for you is Catholic Charities of Los Angeles that helps immigrants achieve self-sufficiency, family unity, and integration through legal and social services on a low-cost basis. And their main services are helping immigrants to legalize their residency status and become citizens, providing a solution to citizenship for undocumented families, as well as providing legal paths for low-skilled immigrant workers to come and work to the United States of America. I love this resource because of their three main pros. First one, support diverse types of communities. The second one, services available in 10 languages. Can you imagine 10? And the third one is nominal, low cost fees. Are you interested in this resource? If yes, check it out by visiting this website. My second resource for you is an amazing community called My List. This is a Southern California community of volunteers with a beautiful mission of connecting people who want to help with the new refugee families with the vital needs in order to help them to start their new life here. They do an awesome job by creating a list of items that family needs most urgently, publishing the list on Amazon wishlist and sharing them on their website. Then donors purchase specific items for specific families based on their unique needs. Then all purchases items are sent directly to the family. They also do delivery of donated furniture and other items to family in need, supporting family through special events. And here are the three powerful pros. First one, provide free support to family in needs. Second one, focusing on the specific unique family necessities. And the third one, working with translators. I love this resource because it is initiated by a stay-home mom who shares her amazing experience on TED's talk stage. I admire her personality so much as a mom, as a beautiful neighbor, and as a human being. See the link and enjoy. Hopefully, you love my two resources and it's going to be useful for yourself. Thank you so much for your time and love you all. Bye.
Thank you, Ina, for helping us and illustrate us with all of this support with your resources. I'm going to talk about another resources that are very important for immigrated families. One of them is Housing's Rights Center. Do you maybe had problems before with your house or your apartment with the rent? You think that is unfair, or maybe you are receiving any apartment with some things that are not okay in the apartment, maybe with pests, with cockroach, or with ants, or maybe you don't have a pipeline or a lot of issues that maybe you have and you don't know how what to do, only to accept maybe this house or apartment because you need to live, you have to sleep, but we have rights and we have some responsibilities, and this is a tremendous resource. This Housing Rights Center is helping you to understand your benefits and responsibilities as a renter, and also the benefits and the responsibilities as a landlord. So they offer virtual walk-in clinics, so you can contact them virtually and they support you with all of these important services and all your concern. It's a free consultation, which is really good. And they teach you about fair housing certification trainings. Also, they have a lot of media outreach and education, a lot of educative templates and information that is going to help for you. We are going to talk about our next resource, that is the California Community Foundation. This foundation is really important if you need legal services. They have a justice fund. This justice fund is very important because they support non-profits organization. All of these non-profit organization that you can see over here, and they give them grants and everything to support immigrants in their process and in all the courts that you have to face if you have to be there in a court. So actually, in Los Angeles County, more than two-thirds of people appearing in immigration courts and face a judge and federal prosecutor. So, and without any legal representation. So it's very important that you take a look of this important nonprofit organization. Also, they give you a lot of social work support, or and a lot of things that you have to take in account. So education as well, they focus on education as well, health and housing, but the big support for immigration families or immigrated families are these um, non-profit organization. They give them a lot of money and a lot of funds that they are allowed to share with us. Okay, just remember that in the handout that we give it to you, you're gonna find all the specific information for every resource that we mentioned before. Okay, finally, we want to share with you an important link that is a community resource guide for Angelinos immigrants. This guide has a lot of contact information for a lot of nonprofits organizations and has a lot of benefits in the different areas in legal area, in the educational area, in every single topic. So follow this link. You can download it and you can have it. And one of the benefits that is very important is the red card. Please read about this red card. So finally and last, I would like to say something. And I agree with Donald Trump. He was saying something very important, that he says that we have to make America great again. And I agree with it, but the only way that we can do that is changing our mentalities and changing the lens that we are viewing immigration. And also embracing all diversity and all cultures for immigrated families that they are bringing to this country. So thank you so much for your attention. Thank you for much for joining us and see you in the next episode. Bye.